Hey everybody, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute, but I've got a new light standy phone thing, which is actually kind of cool. I'll put a link in the description as to what I got because I wanted something that was practical but also didn't take up a lot of space. And I think I kind of found something, so that's always exciting. Not affiliated or anything, but just thought it might be handy, so I'll put that in the description below. Because I kind of wasn't able to film anything for a couple of weeks, I have already inked up my pens for July, but what I thought I would do is just talk you through it, and then at the very end, have a new pen day for a pen I got for my birthday. So, quick overview, Traveler's Notebook, regular size, the lightweight, which is the Tomoe River. I've started a new book for this one, and my first round of ink and pens didn't exactly work, so what I've actually done is put like a take 1 and take 2 in, and I was inspired by the Instagram account. I think her name is JK Wright. She does the most incredible like doodles, and it's an understatement, it's art. And she does kind of her currently inked, and I mean, she's just an artist, but anyway, you should check out her Instagram. But I was inspired and I thought maybe I can try and do something creative as part of my currently inked as well. I really liked drawing little, like tracing little things when I did 30 ink, so I'm trying to include that a little bit. So this was my first round of currently inked, and what I can't do is see if I need to zoom in or not. Let's see. Look how dirty my poster is that I'm using. So I kind of like that. And then this was my take 1. What worked, what didn't. So the first thing I had inked, I don't have it here, it's at work, is the Mooman A1, extra fine nib, inked with Dominant Industry Wonder Pens Tuna Grey. Absolutely loved that. Still really do. Everything about it, like I don't know. Oh, there it is. Just a beautiful ink all round. I really, really enjoy it, and I'm really liking using this pen at work. After that, I decided to ink up my Kaweco Sport. This is the classic green with a fine nib, and this has Sailor Urameko Kyokuya. Oh, what I should have said, if you haven't seen my Inky Thoughts video, I got the most amazing inky happy mail from a pen friend H, and I mean, it's so incredible. So what I said for this month is I want to use some of my favorites from 30 inks, but then a good contingent from H. So the first 2 are from her, and because I've also had like a take 2, I've actually written with all of these, and I had fallen a bit out of love with this pen, and I have to say this ink pairing has made me fall back in love with it. It's just writing really beautifully. I'm getting some nice shading. All in all, that's just been a really fantastic experience. So I'm so happy to be back in love with that. That was dorky, but you know what I mean. Next up, this is one that kind of worked. Jinhao 82, the Volcano Grey, in a medium nib, and this is inked with Color Swang Cho, which was a pen sample, ink sample given to me from pen friend T. I'm really interested if anyone else has found this with mainly the Jinhao 82s. These pens for me seem to work better on paper that isn't as good quality. It really struggles. I'll try and lift that up for you on like Tomoe River, and I have another thing here that's bank paper. Hard starts, skips, but then on like just like kind of like cheap paper at work, it writes really beautifully, but then sometimes it also bleeds if the paper's just a touch too cheap. So I'm really not sure what's going on there, and it happened with the next one. The next one, it was that is not in my take two. The Jinhao 82 Pale Blue with Sailor Manyo Hinoki. It was like sandy almost in there. It was such just to be honest, a really awful writing experience. I could not get it to flow whatsoever. And yeah, ended up no longer using it. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but it seems to be, at least at the moment, that these pens, prefer cheaper paper. We think it would be the opposite. I'm just trying to find that swatch for you. There you go. With this new stand, it's a bit higher, so I can't actually see the phone and therefore what's in frame. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll put those on those ones. And so this one has stayed, but I don't know. There's something a little bit off about it. The Jinhao 82, as I said, didn't stay. It was just a really, really awful writing experience, to be honest. Next up, this beautiful Pens by Casey. Can you see all of that colour? Pens by Casey. This is a pen he gifted me, so I've called it What Dreams Are Made Of, the broad Yovo nib. And I inked this with Vinter Ig's Pagtangi, which is like this really cool grey brown with like a bronze shimmer. Still getting the hang of writing with the broad nib, but overall enjoying it. So just, it's just the sizing that I need to keep working on. After that is the Lamy All-Star Cosmic. I've put the medium nib on this, and this says Sailor Yuromeko Kitsune Biyori in it. I'm really liking it, but I'm still in two minds. I'm thinking of maybe putting the extra fine nib on it, just in like some longer journaling sessions. It's like it wasn't keeping up, and then as it shaded, the light bits were just a touch too light. So something's just not exactly right there. So I'm just, trying to work that out. After that, the Franklin Christoph M46 with a extra fine flex nib. I haven't inked this in a couple of months, and I put Car Pink Cat Guards in the Courtyard in there. I really like this ink. Maybe it wasn't the perfect pairing, but I'm going to persevere with that one because I do quite like it. After that, this gorgeous beauty. This is the Parker Vacuumatic, vintage Parker Vacuumatic. Originally in the video I called it it's a striated brown, but its actual name is Golden Pearl. I wanted to put a Diamine ink in there because I thought it would just be safe. I originally went with Diamine, a jug of sangria. It was too light and too dry, and I do know that these inks are on the drier side. It just was not working, so I cleaned the pen out and re-inked it, and happy with that decision. So that one's coming back in. And then finally, Twisby Eco Extra Fine, and this has Terraneshi Inks Opera Rose in it, which is an absolute joy to write with. I wonder if the ink is ever so slightly on the dry side, but to be honest, that would be me being really picky. And in a Twisby, because it's a wetter pen, you don't really notice. So there were some things there that weren't working. This Jinhao had to go. I didn't want to give up on this pen, so I re-inked it. And I was spoilt on my birthday, and I actually got two pens. One of them being from my wife and kids, the Travelers Company fountain pen, the brass fountain pen, which has been amazing to write with. So what I'll do is I'll show you the next currently inked, and then we'll do a new pen day, and I'll do my little thing that I do. So coming over to currently inked take 2. First one that is a change is this pen, and I don't know if anyone else has felt this, but I was like, I just want to use the black cartridge that came with it, and I've actually just really enjoyed it. It's like I almost missed writing with black ink, which I feel like only people who watch these videos would understand, and most others would just roll their eyes at us. But it's been an absolute pleasure to write with. The heading is written with it's a wetter pen, and the nib almost has a tiny bit of bounce in it. It's just really beautiful to write with. It looks great. I can't wait to see how it patinas over time. Very, very spoiled and lucky to have been given this pen. Let me go through the rest of the list and then we'll do a new pen day for that. So the next couple remained unchanged. The Moonman A1 with the tuna grey, the Kaweco, which I'm absolutely loving. As I said, I persevered with this one. It doesn't have a lot of ink left. I won't be, I've still got more of that sample, but I won't be topping it up because I just can't journal with it. I need to research. I'm not sure why, but the 2 Jinhao 82s I have seem to just not be liking Tomoe River, but that one's still in there. Got rid of the other Jinhao 82. These are the same, and then this one I inked with Diamine Ancient Copper, which I'd never used before, and oh my god, totally get the hype. It's been so amazing to write with. I did like a 4-page journaling session last night, absolutely loved it. So I'm just going to show you here. So this is my take 2, and it is definitely feeling better. Let's see if I can, people have these like beautifully curated, laid out. Oh my god, I forgot to write this one in there. I'm such a klutz. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, I can write it down the bottom. Keeping it real. So, where are we? And I don't have the other one here. Can you tell that good times. That's just a mess. Look, I'm gonna put these aside and let's do a new pen day update for that pen. As I get that already, I also just wanna say thank you to everyone who reached out when I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself, when I was quite unwell. It's just another example of how beautiful this pen community is. Feeling better now. Everyone in our household's been able to get some sleep, but it does, sometimes just that chronic illness, therefore autoimmune compromise, whatever world can get you a bit down. But it's been, a lot better. Don't have endless cold at the moment. Might change at the end of the week, let's see. But definitely mindset-wise better. And actually, even just filming that one video did make me feel a bit better, just talking through and being able to connect with you guys. The weekend, I'm filming this on a Monday, and yesterday on the weekend, we had my daughter's 3rd birthday party, which was incredible. It was so much fun. And at the start she was actually grumpy, but I think she was really just overwhelmed, and then she just had an absolute ball. So a bit more laughter in our part, in our hood. I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean. Still tired, therefore still can't get my words together. Anyway, I'm going to show you this first. My wedding anniversary is 3 days before my birthday. And for my wedding anniversary, my wife got me a traveler's notebook cover, which is incredible. We follow the, like the hallmark first year is paper. No. So how many years have we been married? We've been married 9 years. She's not listening to me. We've been married 9 years, and that is leather. And I was very, very lucky to be given this. I have in here, I'm going to actually do a journal update video because I have a few changes, but I have ink swatching and then just like my ink catalog in there. Ooh, let's put that up. So, and then for my birthday, I was then given this. So this is hold it this way for you. Traveler's Company fountain pen. It's brass. It is a pocket pen. It does fit in that loop. It's got a clip, and on the side there it says Traveler's Company, made in Japan. it does actually say on the directions when you're wanting to open it, not to twist, but just to pull out. I'm guessing if you twist, you could scratch up in there. I'm not going to take the cartridge out, but help if I do the right one, hey. Just standard black cartridge in there. I'm actually really liking whatever black this is. Decided to use it. Fits in really nicely. Could you use the pen just like that? I mean, sure, but it would be pretty uncomfortable. It posts really, really nicely. And I just will come up here to show you the nib. That is a fine nib, and on it, it just says Travelers Company and an F. Do a bit of a size comparison. I'm not gonna do one unposted because that seems a little bit silly, but I could do it next to the Kaweco. So it is a little bit bigger then, but if you bring it up, kind of almost has like a bit of a smaller grip section, but quite comparable there. So once it is posted, it's a touch bigger than kind of the other smaller pens, pocket pens I have, but it's really comfortable in the hand. It does have like where that screws in, but you don't feel it at all when you're writing with it. All in all, yeah, it's really beautiful. It is heavier because it is brass, but again, it's not something like I don't feel at all like my hands have been getting fatigued or anything like that. So I made up this little stencil. So what this book here is going to be is purely currently inked and new pen day things, and I'm going to use the same template, maybe do some different kind of tracing down below, but the bulk of it will be the same. So what I said before is it definitely isn't a stiff nib. It almost has a tiny bit of bounce. It's not something I would ever recommend to push, like it's not a flex pen by any means, but it's really nice. I wonder for a Japanese nib that it is maybe a little bit on the wider side, just compared to some other fine nibs I've seen. But I don't mind that. I still think it suits my writing style. So yeah, really happy all in all. So this is, I haven't really worked out this bit, the Travelers Company brass fountain pen, and that has a fine nib. So just showing you the letters of the alphabet here. That there is with absolutely no pressure. I'll put a little bit of pressure down for the B, and you can see just without downstroke it is a little bit thicker. No pressure again, but even just then normal writing, I just think it puts down a really nice line, and it just feels really comfortable in the hand. So yeah, I'm just super excited. How about I do this little drawing down here? My understanding is, it's not an understanding. I don't know if you can get a converter for these this pen or not. I actually wonder, I don't even think the Kaweco like mini converter would fit. But I mean, there's rinsing out a cartridge is pretty easy nowadays. What I'll just show you here as well, I'll do it under here. So this is going to be down, side, and then I'll just show you wetness. So to me, that's like, it's, you know, it's not a dry pen by any means. I think it just puts down a really nice amount. And as I said, there's something about just writing with black again that I've quite enjoyed. I think I've definitely been rambling long enough for this currently inked and new pen day video. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to know if you have this pen, what your thoughts are on it. Have you found a color, an ink combination that just works really well? and let me know what you think of my currently inked for the month of July also. I'm still working out this stand. I'm sorry, it looks maybe a little bit more shadowy. I'll see what I can do. I've also started trying to edit in Canva just to see what that's like. So bear with me if the quality feels a little bit different. I am definitely fine tuning, and I'll keep trying to make it better as I go. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you could hit that subscribe button, that'd be awesome. And I can't wait to speak to you guys again soon. Bye.